Love is not hard. Don't listen to the things that you hear out there. Love is
Yeah.
not hard. It is not complicated. We're talking specifically about this tragic incident.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sifa Awen. Ashokuna. Now they believe me. What's the problem? Did I play too much? Oh, what is it? So today I'm 34 years old and I'm getting married. My wife is somewhere in there. I'll go right there and I'll pick her up and tell her, baby, you are spending the rest of your life with me. I promise to give you drama. I promise to give you problems. I promise to ensure you don't sleep well at night on the days you annoy me. And I promise to love you. When it came to my life, it came as a blessing. You've been a whole lot of things to me. You've been my friend, you've been my confidant, you've been my lover. You've loved me even at the times when I deserve to be loved. You cared for me, you've looked after me, you've done so much for me. And I know that marrying you is the best decision I've taken in my entire life. And today, standing here with my cap, with my outfit, and with you in there, probably looking amazing, I know this is destiny. This is planned. This is what God wanted. And I'm going to ensure that I will give you drama. I'll give you love in dramatic ways. I'll give you abnormal. I'll give you problems. I'll give you issues. I'll give you wahala. But you are there to make it all easy for me. So thank you for doing this with me. I truly appreciate you. I love you more than words can express.
I will not share with another. This unchained melody plays only for me. Watching my whole me free. I have no pride or shame, no time to play games. I want you and that is enough for me.
Incidentally, we've been talking about this in the past couple of weeks, about when a woman is the one who has more money in a relationship, in a family. So this woman that we're about to talk about now, she's already 6 feet under. Let's talk about this and the implications. Thank you again for joining us. So Bishop, because there will be some people who will be seeing this for the first time, I want to read a little bit about what has transpired in this case, right? And before that, I want to remind our audience that what we do on this forum is talk about things that people should keep in mind when creating their families or their relationships. We want you to go in with a healthy mindset so that whatever you create, be it just a relationship between two people or eventually have a family, we want it to be healthy. Because for me, I'm particularly interested in raising healthy children, because that's the way that we can reduce the madness that we have, the chaos that we have in our world. And when a relationship between a couple is dysfunctional, there is nothing that's going to prevent those children from having a part of that in their lives. And that is what we are most concerned about here, right? So, this woman, Doosuur, this is something that her friends wrote. They said Doosuur was ill for about a week before her passing, and she complained of chest pains and shortness of breath and had been receiving treatment. And on the evening of 31st July 2025, when her husband, the man she loved and married, came to pick her from work at about 6:30, she was visibly weak and could hardly walk short distances. And she was in such a bad state, but instead of taking her to a doctor, he took her home. And he had this usual way of scolding her whenever she was sick, saying that she was only pretending so that he'd give her attention. Information and documents available now from public institutions reveal that at about 7:40 on that day, instead of being rushed to care, her lifeless body was delivered to the hospital. She was already dead. And the nurse confirmed that she had already been dead for a while before the arrival at the hospital. Up till now, no explanation has been offered for what transpired between 6:30 and 7:40 when she was in her husband's care. They say that the tragedy of that night cannot be separated from the life of abuse and betrayal that Doosuur endured in that 11-month marriage. And then he pressured his wife, who was the CEO of a family NGO, pressured her into granting him 4 million naira, and he used that partly to buy land and relentlessly pestered her to start building on the land. And then she also established a laundry business for him. And then he wanted absolute control. Within 2 weeks of their wedding, after he moved into her apartment, they lived in her apartment because he didn't have one. So within 2 weeks of that wedding, he demanded that she resign as the executive director of the NGO and starts to become a housewife so that he could take over. You can hear me, right? Because I can't see you anymore. She had employed him, so he was now an employee at this place. Because she loved him so much, even if she was sitting on the ED's chair for peace to reign, she would get up and leave so that he could sit he could sit in meetings as the ED. Right? The person who is writing this says, I worked in that NGO and I know this fact personally. In a meeting that I attended shortly before the wedding, he openly told us that since some of us had always looked down on him, he had gone for the boss and now had her in his pocket. And then he gave us the wedding invitation card. Right? So the woman refused to step down, and she confided in us, pleading that we keep her disclosures secret, as Sefa had threatened her that if their issues became public, their marriage would be over. So she begged them to not even share all these things with her family members. Right? Now, after her passing, it's been revealed that she had a journal where she was writing down things that were happening during the marriage. The pain that she was going through, him having a relationship with another woman, messages that she saw from between him and the other woman, talking about their escapades together. And she was asking God why this would happen to her. Should she give up? Is this the kind of life that she's going to live? So she was putting all these things down in a journal. I know that people do this sometimes, because some of the people that I speak with, they do share some of the things that they have in their journals, and they're living in that pain, and they're journaling what's happening to them, right? And she'd also got some of this information from his phone because she'd gone to his phone. Now, I don't want to keep reading these things. I want us to just go into this conversation. Marrying down.
The concept of marrying down, the language itself is detestable. What do we mean marrying down or marrying up? I don't know what it means. Marriage is marriage. You may have more money, I may have more wisdom. I may have more tact.
Let's talk about what people have said now. People talk about...
We're the one creating those things.
Beautiful.
Oh, yes.
Beautiful. So in that case, if the person you're dealing with does not have those things, then obviously the person does not love you. That's why I'm saying that everybody knows, because even you, if you love someone, you know, if you love someone, doesn't it mean that you're always looking out for the person's best interest? Doesn't it mean that you're always looking out for things that will benefit the person? Isn't that what love is? Well, you know what, Bishop? Today, in today's world, in 2025, right? What has happened, as we discussed in past conversations, over time, what we've had is a patriarchal system where the man is the one who is in charge, right? And we can't escape the fact that this is what we were born into. So now, when a woman who has more money, or when a woman who has money marries or meets a man who doesn't have, there are already issues that are sitting ahead and around them. So women feel that because I'm providing everything, right, I will be able to show him how much I care. I'll show even that I am humble, even though I am the one providing, and he can see that he's at home. Everything I have is for him. But you see, sometimes that's the reason why a man might, depending on the kind of man, might feel so unworthy. He might feel so unworthy of the relationship. And in fact, just for that reason, if he eventually even finds his feet, that's why you see that a lot of men have been, we've heard about a lot of men who have left the woman who was there, who propped them up, because they can't get over that idea that this woman saw me at my lowest point. And now they want to
Okay.
go somewhere where the woman that they now get is looking up at him because he has arrived. And secondly, um, also because of the system that we already have entrenched in life, in society, the woman who is bringing herself to a man who is lower than her, say maybe in the class, right? The woman is bringing herself to that man. He may have the impression that this woman can, so he already does not have that regard for her. Sometimes you find that maybe the person does not feel confident about their looks, or maybe they feel that they're advanced in age. Society is looking at them. They're not married. So you will see that many times that it's a transaction. So the man is already seeing that she's only taking me because of this. So I'm giving her something. Therefore, I'm entitled to get what she's giving.
So on this specific case, don't be in a hurry to draw conclusions. The first thing is, let us interrogate that marriage, that relationship. What is wrong with that marriage? Even how you describe the death. A human being is not a fly that just dies. Why was she losing breath?
She was
And
hypertensive. She had high blood pressure.
she was hypertensive. Okay, hypertension is as a result of high blood pressure. Was she also having cholesterol that's not managed? Was she on the big side? Those are some of the factors we need to look at. And knowing that this is her situation, why did she leave herself entirely at the mercy of a man whom she would have seen doesn't seem to care that much?
But
Because
did not care. Not doesn't seem
yes,
to.
And I'm going to ensure that I'll give you drama. I'll give you love in dramatic ways. I'll give you abnormal. I'll give you problems. I'll give you issues. I'll give you wahala. But you are there to make it all easy for me.
well, from the indications we have seen, it is clear that this man came with another objective.
Awesome.
It is clear that this man didn't come for a wife. This man was looking for a way out in life.
I'll give you wahala. But you are there to make it all easy for me.
Now, this lady would have seen all that as shown in her diaries. Yeah? So, what are the things she did to preempt a situation where she gets taken by such a what do you call it, transactional person? I can't see any person say I've never quarreled with my wife. But no matter how much of anger I have on any issue, I keep looking out for my wife. Oh, how is she? Oh, how is this one? I keep, even the expressions in her face. I am the person who will say, okay, why don't we just rush to hospital to take care of this? What about the other one? Yeah. In spite of whatever quarrel there exists between us. But you can see in the conversations we are having, based on the data available to us, that this marriage had no such things. The man had already begun to threaten how he would take over. And you can see that the man came to actually take over.
Okay. Let me say something.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I hate to sound like this because people like to interpret these things. I almost want to say that when I see things like this, I don't like to give attention to them because I feel that by this time we should be over we shouldn't be hearing these types of stories.
And I'm going to ensure that I'll give you drama. I'll give you love in dramatic ways. I'll give you abnormal. I'll give you problems. I'll give you issues. I'll give you wahala.
Right? But the thing is, some people are still in that phase because they haven't come to understand yet. So
exactly, and you are dealing with the public, so you can't shut it out.
So, well, the reason I'm saying this is because somebody sent to me regarding this topic, sent me a message saying all because of marriage. No, this isn't because of marriage.
Exactly.
Because these people keep, people, they have all these posts where they say women are suffering in marriage or
Trying to say,
even the ones that say men, even the ones that say that marriage is not beneficial.
No, we call this generalizations. You have been saying it for a long time. I've never brought this up, but you've been saying it for a lot of times.
That's what
you have been doing your best to discourage generalizations.
In fact, I'm even worse than that. I don't even want to even say generalization. It is not marriage that is the issue. So let's stop saying people suffer, women do, or men do. It is about the individuals involved.
So people should just look at their situation instead of creating stereotypes. I think that's what you're saying. These stereotypes a lot of times are faulty. Because if you say men are like this or women are like that, there are people who are exactly the opposite of that you're saying.
Perfect.
So you should then deal with each case as they present, like what we are discussing now. Clearly, we can see that this man had a reason for deciding to marry this young lady.
You are there to make it all easy for me.
2, it is also possible that this young lady was looking for who she would latch up with as her health was failing her, because how long was the marriage before she passed? Don't try to defend positions. Just look at something on its face value.
Are you talking to me?
No, I can see you trying to say that she didn't marry for those reasons. You don't have evidence to be assuming that. In this conversation, you don't have evidence. There's no evidence available to you to disagree with me.
Yes.
Let's be honest.
Yes.
Let's just be honest. So it is possible. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying that there's a possibility that she decided to marry quickly, not minding what she's seeing in this young man, because she was trying to maybe have a marriage as her health was failing her.
Or maybe have a child.
Yes, these are all possibilities. We are not saying it is. We are just saying that these are possibilities. Now, in a similar way, the man himself was looking for somebody that can help him to have a shelter like an umbrella. So, what are we seeing here? 2 people possibly with challenges run into each other, and their natural tendencies began to manifest.
I was talking with a woman not too long ago, and she started to tell me about her 25-year marriage, and all through the 25 years, the husband has not changed. She's been waiting for him to be a husband that shows affection and attention, and he hasn't done that for the whole of the 25 years.
It's not something he picked up, so this is who he is.
What we need to really understand is that when a person shows you who they are, accept that this is who they are. Don't try to create the potential of who they could be in your mind, and don't work with the potential.
And I'm going to ensure that I'll give you drama. I'll give you love in dramatic ways. I'll give you abnormal. I'll give you problems. I'll give you issues. I'll give you wahala. Thank you for doing this with me. I truly appreciate you. I love you more than words can express.
Your capacity for intuition differs. The degree of intuitiveness differ from person to person.
Okay.
I see that you can see something from a distance and just say, this is not my thing. While some people are able to see what they cannot deal with and move on, others just dabble into it. They weren't even thinking about it, but just because they don't have certain experiences. How does somebody become what they are?
That's where I was going. That's where I was
Okay.
going.
How does somebody become what they are?
Yes.
Nature and nurture.
Yeah.
Now, the nurture aspect, a little girl who was abused from less than 10 years will not throw herself carelessly at a man, even if
Knowing the possible outcomes.
exactly. But a
Yes.
girl who was surrounded by love, maybe a tomboy, never nobody, not it. In fact, she will just be laughing and throwing herself. She doesn't have those experiences.
Awesome. Good. That's where I was going. So the
Okay.
gray, yeah. So the gray is so those are the things that if you find that you you have over and over experienced bad relationships, difficulty in relationships, you need to now
Look at yourself.
understand that there is something that you don't understand. There are
Yes,
some
yes,
fundamental things.
yes,
There are some fundamental
yes.
things.
I
So
agree completely.
so where my unhappiness is that people do not actually realize that this is an area where if you find that you're constantly having disappointments, it is not luck. It is not just your bad luck. It is that there are fundamental things that you're not aware of.
It's not bad
And
luck, neither is it the devil entirely.
yes, and so you need to seek, how do I put it? You need to seek
You're
some
finding
exposure.
you're finding it difficult to use the word counsel.
Okay, actually, no, I didn't even think of counsel is the word. Counsel is the word, actually. Counsel is a
Okay.
good
I
word.
thought you were, because you had earlier said that people just go seeking counsel and sometimes it doesn't work.
Oh, you mean when I talked about marriage counseling?
Yes.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
sometimes in the pastoral work, we help some people, men and women, to realize who they are. To even come to a place of knowing that they are loved. Because a lot of times their definition of love is not what they are seeing and they can't relate with it.
Right.
So that's where counseling comes in. That you can help somebody to better appreciate what he is surrounded by. Counseling can achieve it by the grace of God.
Yeah. Except that there's this caveat that I will always add. Counseling is not going to help an
Counseling will
already
not create counseling will not create what does not exist. I think that's what
perfect.
you're trying to say.
That's it. You're not beginning to read me.
Yeah.
Counseling will not create what does not exist.
Yes, but counseling can
Because
open your eyes to what there is, but you don't know.
if you're willing, if you are willing,
Well, yeah, if for
right?
you to have come, you must be looking for something.
Okay. Well, some people want to go there to prove. I want to just prove that.
That is the error.
That means
That
you're
no,
not
that is
looking for a
that
solution.
is the error. Some people come looking for who will agree with them about how bad their spouse is.
You see, relationships are relationships, are close relationships, family or intimate romantic relationships impact a lot on our health, mental health, physical health.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
people develop ailments, long term ailments, stroke. All those things, heart failure, people develop these things from the stress that is caused with having unhappy, close relationships. So this is an area that we must take serious. We can't play with it. Even our finances are impacted because your brain won't be functioning at its optimum. Someone like me, I will run red light if I have relationship issues. So in fact, that's one reason why I don't even entertain anything like that, because it's going to just set me off. I look at people sometimes and I say, "Ah, you are very strong." When some people tell me something, I'll be like, this person is very strong. Because how do they live like this under all this type of pressure and stress, and they're just functioning like that? So if they're able to do that, there's something else going on inside there, collecting sicknesses and toxins, because even your cortisol levels will be high. We've talked about health. That means your life is at risk. We've talked about
Your
self-respect and
future,
self-esteem.
your future is at risk.
Your future is at risk.
So the whole of your being.
If you have children, your lineage, your offspring are at risk, because
You see, homeworks.
they will born into the poisonous atmosphere.
We're trying to show you some of the things that will make for stability in the home, make for a future with much love and peace at home.
Yeah.
So we cannot be conclusive. All we are saying is tidbits from experiences and contacts with people, that if you follow them, life will offer a lot more peace and joy to you than otherwise. So learn to listen, learn to imbibe some of these teachings and use them as pillars in your walk through life. Amen.
And your future children will thank you for it.
Yep.
And you'll be doing the world a big service by not
Yep.
bringing children into a dysfunctional relationship and
Yep.
creating children that will be stuck in the cycle of maybe drug abuse, promiscuity, looking for attention, and all other vices. And then
Yep.
go ahead and create bad families of their own as well. So do your own part in the world.
Amen.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Bishop.
God
And
bless you. God bless you.
thank you. And thank you for listening to our conversation. Continue to come back here. Always check under our videos for resources. And I said that for this particular video, you can go under the description and get the link there, so that you can
Mhm.
begin to build the life that you want intentionally. This thing is not by luck. It is not that somebody has bad luck. It is that maybe
Yeah.
your mind has not understood certain things. Let's begin to plug those holes, and all the pieces of the puzzle will come together. Love is not hard. Don't listen to the things that you hear out there. Love is
Yep.
not hard. It is not complicated. And you don't need to spend your whole lifetime running around in circles. All right? With
Yep.
that,
Yep.
close this conversation. Okay?
Amen.